Hello everybody, this will be my first time showcasing doing a deck profile on my on Vanguard, and this will be my first time doing this, so please forgive me. And today I'll be showcasing a deck profile on my Shadow Paladin Revenger build featuring Phantom Blaster Abyss and also Mordred Phantom. Let's get right into it. First off, the starting Vanguard will be running Judgebound Revenger. And Judgebound Revenger, the effect is when this unit boosts a unit with Phantom in its name, and if the attack does hit, no matter what, if you are hitting the Rearguard or Vanguard, and if attack hits, you may pay the cost of Soul Charge himself and Counterblast 1. You may superior call up to 2 Shadow Paladin grade 1 or less units from your deck as rest. This card is very good, it's because it provides you to filtering grade 1 and non-trigger units from your deck, and it's also serves as a good pressure unit, and it allows you to get a free +2 to the field. But you do watch out for the current meta, as because you have Narukami, Kagero, and also in mirror matches, and you tend to get sniped off very easy. Now let's move on to the grade 3. Grade 3, I'm running 4 of the Phantom Blaster Abyss, Revenger Phantom Blaster Abyss. This card is one of the best freestander in the game right now, and kudos to my friend Raymond, and I'm able to get my hands on the Legion Rare version, and it's very expensive right now. And Phantom Blaster Abyss, the skill is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, after this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may, and when this unit is in when this unit perform Legion on the turn, it gains a skill of Resending, which is after this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost of Counterblast to sacrifice 3 Revenger units and restand this. And the second skill is when this unit attacks and you have the same, and you have a unit in the center column. So as long as you are in Legion, or you are not in Legion and it's boosted by a unit, it +2k. And it's one of the best freestander game in the game right now, as because you are able to stack triggers on it, the power will get bigger, and it provides a very big pressure to your opponent. Now move on to the next grade 3, which is Mordred Phantom. Mordred Phantom, the skill is when a grade 3 Shadow Paladin rides on it, you may pay the cost of Counterblast 1. And that's the new grade 3 Shadow Paladin unit gain a power of +10k, and you may search your deck, you may superior call a grade 2 or less Shadow Paladin units, it's not specific, must be Revenger, yeah, and superior call it to your Rearguard circle. It doesn't necessarily have to be open or occupied, and that unit gain +5k. And then the second skill is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, when this unit attacks, you may when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may this unit +2k. And then why do I choose to run Mordred over Blaster Dark Diablo and also Phantom Blaster Dragon? Is because that this card is very, very safe, and it provides you consistency because it has Revenger in the name, as it allows you for sniping opponents' units with Blaster Dark Revenger, Abyss, and also Blaster Dark Revenger. So yeah, which is why it's pretty good. And it's also not to mention that it allows you for a free +1 and go for the Restanding with PBA. Now move on to grade 2. Grade 2, I'm running 4 of the mid of Phantom Blaster Abyss, which is Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss. Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss is very good because you are able to snipe off any grade 1 or less unit in your opponent's field. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, just for one counterblast. But do note that your Vanguard must have Revenger in the name, yeah. And the only downside is that unlike Blaster Dart Revenger, you cannot snipe out of opponent's unit if the turn you write it as a Vanguard, because it clearly says as Revenger. Yep. So now move on to secondary grid. Now move on to the next grid 2, which is Blaster Dart Revenger. Blaster Dart Revenger is very good because for 2 counterblast, you might be able to snipe off any front row at your opponent's field. Doesn't matter, and it has no grid restrictions. And if combo with Doreen, for 1 counterblast, you are able to snipe off opponent's front row, which is pretty good. And it also allows you for unflipping counterblast and to let you to do more stuff later on. So 3 units of Blaster Dart Revenger, and then 2 mana Revenger. Why do I choose to run mana over my cards? Because mana has more utility overall, because my card is only useful when the turn you perform Legion, although it can place on any, although it allows you to superior core to any rearguard circle, and mana can only allows you to superior core behind it. And the skill for mana is when this unit is placed from the rearguard circle, from hand or from deck, you may search your deck for up to 1 Shadow Paladin Revenger unit, grade 1 or less, and superior core it to behind it as standing position. However, the moment you end turn, the superior core units by mana have to go back to the bottom of the deck. It is here to pay for the cost of PBA, Phantom Blaster Abyss, plus Phantom Blaster Diablo, and also Aura Geyser Dragon, which is pretty good because it doesn't limit you to only the turn you Legion, and overall it's better, although it hits for a poor number of 15k. And then next, the last grade 2 I'm running is 4 Matcha. Matcha skill is when this unit is GB1, when this unit is boosted, during battle phase, when this unit attacks the Vanguard and is boosted, you may for 1 counterblast, you can superior core 1 grade 1 Shadow Paladin units. It doesn't state Shadow Paladin, so you can use for extreme format. You can, for 1 counterblast, when this unit attacks the Vanguard and is boosted, you may pay the cost of counterblast 1, and you can search your deck for 1 grade 1 grade 1 units, only grade 1, yeah, and superior core to rearguard circle, which is pretty good. And this card is only here because for mirror matches, because in Malaysia or my locals, mirror matches is pretty frequent, as because there's so many Shadow Paladin players. So it's just it allows me to save me a lot of times after paying the cost of sacrificing 3 via PBA or Phantom Blaster Diablo. And because after paying a cost of 3, you only left 2 rearguards, and if you have Matcha in play and is boosted, so you are still able to sustain the field of having 3 rearguards and prevent to snipe off and left only 1 rearguard in play and get killed off by Phantom Blaster Abyss, Phantom Blaster Diablo. Now moving on to grade 1. Grade 1, I choose to run 4 Karma Collector, which is the Unflipper Perfect Guards. Why do I choose to run Unflipper now instead of the Revenger now? Is because I don't have any problems of sacrificing Revenger as tribute for Phantom Blaster Abyss, and I find that have more unflipping options is good, so that I'm able to use more skills for my other units, such as PBA, Mordred, BDRA, BDR, Aura Geyser, and also Phantom Blaster Diablo. So 4. And then the next grade 1, which is 3 Revenger Doreen. Dorian is here mainly is for the unflipping purposes and combo with Blaster Dart Revenger, and it's a 7k booster which is quite decent. And then 2 Revenger 10k attacker. When this unit attacks and if you have a Revenger Vanguard, it gains plus 3k, so it's a Revenger 10k attacker, and it's a 7k booster as well, so it's pretty good. And then I'm running 2 of the Strike Folder. Why do I choose to play Strike Folders? Because sometimes I think that I don't want to pay the cost of discarding minusing 2 just to strike, just by paying a cost of grade 2 and a grade 1 from my hand, because I want to conserve my PPA so for the restand. And sometimes I have my problems finding grade 3 to pay for the cost of strike, and having 10 units of access to strike is pretty good and pretty safe, and I think 10 is a good amount. So yeah. And then 1 of the Darkborn Trumpeter. This card is good because, I only play once because that is GB1, and you need to have a Blaster Vanguard, which is the time only when you're sitting on PPA or Phantom Blaster Diablo, you are able to use it. So the utility is minimum, it's very, very, very small, but yeah. When this unit is placed at the rearguard circle, doesn't matter if it's superior call out from deck, and you Soul Blast 1, and if you have a Blaster Vanguard, you may Soul Blast 1 and superior call any grade 1 or less Shadow Paladin units from your deck as standing position, which is pretty good as it's helped you to filter up your other grade 1s, and also a decent 7k booster. And then 2 of the Swordbreaker. Swordbreaker is very good. It's because when this unit is superior call to your rearguard circle from deck, you can Soul Blast 1 and draw a card, which is a defensive play, and combo with Judge Bow. It's a threat to your opponent, so it allows you to gain hand size and also field advantages. Now moving on to triggers, I'll be running 8 critical, and then 4 draws and 4 heal. I find that this trigger lineup is still the best for this deck because it gives you the best pressuring options with crits and also decent amount of drawing power. So yeah. Now moving on to strike units. Strike units, I'll be playing 1 pair of the Aura Geyser Dragon. Aura Geyser Dragon is pretty good because it allows you to gain your hand size and also serve as an early power creep. The skill is, when this unit attacks, you may pay the cost of Counter Blast 1, Persona Flip, G Persona Flip, and Soul Blast 1, sacrifice 2 Shadow Paladin units, and reveal top 2 cards from your top deck, and if those reveal cards are grade 1 or less, this unit plus 5k for each grade 1 or less units reveal. So if it's reveal 2, it's plus 10k, and reveal 1 grade 1 or less is plus 5k, and then only you proceed to trigger check, which is pretty good. And I'll be sticking to only 2 Aura Geyser Dragon, and I won't be playing Aura Geyser Dam when it comes out for this deck because Dam is, I don't see the point of I don't see the utility and pressure because it minus yourself and your units are unable to come back because it's during main phase, but it's safe for the middle match though because of the crits. And then 4 of the Phantom Blaster Diablo. this card is very good because when these units X skill, for 1 Counterblast and Persona Flip, this unit gains 10k and a crit. So it's a solo swing of 36k and 2 crit by itself, and also a skill after you paying the cost. The skill is, when this unit attacks, you may sacrifice 3 rearguards, and if you do, your opponent must sacrifice 2 of their rearguards, or else they cannot call any units from their hand to their guardian circle. Basically, it's pretty good, as you have free access to Blaster Dark Revenger and Blaster Dark Revenger, both of the Blaster Dark Revenger. So it allows you to clean your opponent's field and go for the kill and go for the push of the game with Phantom Blaster Diablo. Sometimes it's not necessary to sacrifice 3 just to minus your opponent. Sometimes you can just Counterblast 1 and G Persona Flip just to gain the plus 10k 1 crit, so that to force your opponent to drop the perfect guards later on, and so that able to push for a game with PvA later, which is pretty important. And then 1 Mardu is because I'll be playing a Legion. I'll be playing Legion units, and the skill is, when this unit is placed on the Vanguard, when this unit strike, it checks if your HUD have a 10k or less units. If you do, you may take a grade 3 from your drop zone and add it to your hand, which is pretty good, as because when you're in Legion, basically you have 2 HUD. So when you strike, it checks for the whole HUD. It checks for all the HUDs, which you have 1 unit which is 10k and below, and you can gain back a grade 3 from your hand and prepare you for the game push later on with PBA if you have not enough Counterblast, which is pretty important. And then I'll be playing 1 Grim Recruiter when I wanted to force my first opponent dropping a early perfect guard, because it allows me for a free +1, and if it's boosted with Judge Bow, if it's a free +3 if it's on hit, so it's very pressuring. So yeah, so this is my deck profile on Shadow Paladin PBA featuring Mordred Phantom, and do subscribe for more future updates. I'll be updating quite frequently with few of my friends, and yeah, that's all. And I'm from Malaysia, so see you guys later. Bye.